Hey yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on the The King of Fighters Destiny, Episode 4, brother. Now, when I think about what it was that I've just, experienced, is that this episode is what I like to dub an establishment episode, because there was a lot of things that happened, but it was all in the point of moving the plot forward and not necessarily being stuck at one place and one time, and trying to establish all of these different dynamics that the show is going to have going forward. Our big thing is that the Hungry Wolves, they squatted up back together, because we left the end of our last episode and begin this one with Terry and Joe running out of that bar they were in when they got in that bar fight where Terry met Angelina, and then Andy just jump out of nowhere and the brothers both gonna have a sparring match, and then in that we learn that Joe was sent to find Terry by Andy, which is a little different than how canon actually is in Fatal Fury, where the Bogarts get back in Southtown. They meet Joe in passing, and they learn some information, and they like, yo, if you going, we going, and then they've been fast friends and rivals ever since. So there was that. You also got Kyo in the squad, and you got the Kyo Kuja family, and it's like if you see Yuri, bring her back, please. I'd appreciate that. And Joe had a little too much to drink. Benny Morrow had way too much to drink. The thing that this episode set up was Geese Howard, because I think that this part of the episode needs a bit of explanation. At some point, well, not some point, a little bit after, the brothers have their little sparring match and everybody's introduced to each other and all that. They in the middle of the street and almost get run over by a semi. They jack the semi, drive it to Geese's hotel, right? They drive it to Geese, because they say Geese Howard Hotel, so they drive it to his hotel where he is on the top floor, where he will soon fall one day, because Candace said that's what he has to do. And then they get in a fight with a whole bunch of cards and Billy Khan, and then this goes on for a while. It's like, it was good, mainly establishing the rivalry that's going to happen between Billy and Terry when they actually go at it for real. Geese, however, that he is the magical question mark in all of this, because what happened is that they battling, and then all of a sudden you see a purple fireball hit the floor, scatter the Hollywood Wolves all over the place, and then Geese appears with his eyes red and the shadow of a big giant snake. Now, we know that because this is the King of Fighters Destiny and not Fatal Fury Blow by Blow, is that it's taking a lot of civil liberties with the Orochi and how it works and this and that, right? So, just because I'm good for it, a little history lesson of Geese Howard and the power of the Orochi. Dirty story. When Iori damn near killed Billy and Edgy, that's what prompted him to make the team with his brother Wolfgang Krauser and Mr. Big, who he's already familiar with, and we all know this, to form the boss team in the KOF 96 to investigate the Orochi phenomenon. In the alternate side game, because we'll discuss this when we get to that point, and and I'll look at the King of Fighters series, is the King of Fighters EX Neo Blood is Geese runs a tournament to awaken Orochi, to awaken Iori's Orochi power in him, but fails to do so, and then just disappears off the map after that. And then the story gets really weird in Howling Blood, which has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about right now, but I'll give you the lowdown when it's that time. So, again, like I said, this is an establishment episode, because I didn't really know they was gonna go there with Geese. They trying to play up his nightmare form and be like, yo, it's a form of the Orochi, he's been taken over. And also, before I forget, there was also an appearance by Clark Steele, who was sat up here and watched that whole fight go down and saw Geese use the Orochi power. And we know Hadern and his role and all of that having to do with Leona and all that old crazy stuff. And, it gets weird and crazy, I know, and I don't want to bog down this review with too much history about the Orochi, because I have a feeling that each of these episodes is going to give me a little more to throw on you, a little bit more for you to think about. But this episode was really good, even as the establishment episode. It's like both of the fight scenes were wonderfully done. Some nice comedy from the Kyokujin crew, and you got Kyo in the squad, you know, holding it up like that. I'm like, it was like I said, great fight, like that. That main fight with the Hungry Wolf versus Billy Kane in the squad, and Geese making his appearance. Nice. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Nice. Wonderful stuff. I think that's about it, because I'm just trying to make sure that I covered everything. That we got a little bit. I gave you a little history lesson about Geese and the Orochi, because let me see, because I want to make sure that I covered it, because we talked about him and his link to the Orochi via Iori and his almost murdering of Billy and Edgy, and that's how he learns about it. He enters the tournament, then they go their separate ways, and then we don't really hear from Geese for real until 2003, and it's like, even through all the information that I know, no one knows the real reason why he formed the Outlaw team in 2003. No reason. It's like, I'm like, because see, even if I was to try to suss it out in my head, I can't even think of why. Is that you got Billy, Yamazaki, and G.O.D on a team together, right? So we know Billy's Billy. Yamazaki's a psychopath, and G.O.D, he got that issue. So because it's like, I understand, because it's like, I forget what their mission was when he formed that team. I think they were getting some. I think that was more Orochi business. He was trying to get some information on what was going on with the resurrection of Orochi, with Mukai and all of them, and how that ultimately sussed out as part of the Tales of Ash. But you really didn't hear from Geese anytime for real being involved in the plot like that after that, even though he was an EX character in the King of Fighters 11, which made him a non-canon entrant in that tournament. So let me say that before somebody tried to correct me. All in all, great episode. You know, I know I'm on this a little late, but you know, I'm just trying to get caught up the best way I can. But wonderful episode regardless. I'm gonna turn this into a video. I think we should do that. I think that we've had our time here. You know what I'm saying? You got a little history lesson. You understand where we are in canon, and I'm just trying to. It's like, I don't even want to say where we are in canon, because it's not that. I'm like, again, and I explained this like in the first episode that I reviewed, that I'm watching this for multiple angles, for multiple reasons, just so that I can try that, because I know that I was going to do this, to make sure that history is put in its proper place, but giving this show the opportunity to do whatever it wants, and to try to bring it back, to bring it full circle for y'all. So that's my part of this. So how about that? But go ahead and turn it into a video for real. I'm done talking. You know what it is. The one in the alley, the triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that being said, are you okay?